way, Nick. You're looking good, Nick. You're looking really good, Nick. Looking really strong.
Hello everyone, my name is Nick, and welcome to episode 10 of the Good Schmidt podcast. In this one, I'm going to be discussing a few races that I competed in over this past year. The first one being the Northwoods Escape Marathon Memorial Day weekend. Then I had a couple races this past fall. The Discover Whitewater Half Marathon in December and the Chicago Marathon in October. So I will start by discussing the Northwoods Escape Marathon, which took place in northern Wisconsin, Minocqua to be exact, and the race was on Sunday, May 25th, the day before Memorial Day. It was nice because I had Memorial Day to recover from it and didn't have to go to work that day, so that was cool. This course was a half marathon out and back on the Bearskin Trail. That's a state trail in Wisconsin. It consists of all crushed red granite stone. I thought it felt good on my feet, so that was a bonus. And I actually went this past spring in April to run on the trail just to see just to check it out because I'd never run on it. So I thought I ran 10 miles on it prior to this marathon. It definitely felt good. And the shoes that I wore for this race were the Hoka Mach X2s. I wore them for all of my marathons this year. My watch that I used was the Garmin Forerunner 55. I've had this one for a couple of years. Got it 2 years ago for my birthday. I escaped the Northwoods here in this one. Did not find any bears, so that was good. My time was 2 hours, 47 minutes, and 39 seconds. This was a 6-minute personal record at the time, so huge PR. Previously, my personal record was 2:53 in Manitowoc for my debut marathon in 2023. So this 2:47 equates to a 6:20 per mile pace. It's pretty quick. My average pace per mile in this one was 6:01 for mile 1. I didn't have a lot of competition in this race, but I did compete with a guy named Jake from Illinois from around mile 6 to 16 and a half. I chatted with him for a while just because I was still feeling good, and when he was still feeling good again and wanted to chat. He told me his marathon PR was 2:43 at Grandma's Marathon in Duluth, Minnesota 6 years ago. And throughout this race, we ended up trading off the lead several times. Definitely helped me out a lot. And helped him as well. There was one hill on this course at mile 11. I thought it was going to be completely flat, and so did he. But I didn't scout for this hill. He wasn't aware either. So paved hill at mile 11. I passed him on the hill, and then he caught back up after the course leveled back up. And same thing on the way back. And then I took the lead. Like I said, I was with him till 16 and a half. Around 16 and a half, that's when I took the lead for good. When I saw there was a grimace on his face, he was looking not so good. Jake was in serious pain, and I left him behind. I couldn't see him. At mile 18, so 2 miles later, he was gone. Earlier in the race, there's one of the lead bikers. Her name was Carrie. She offered to stay with Jake and I or stay up front, and we opted for her to stay up front because we were still feeling good. However, at mile 19, I ended up hollering for her to drop back and just ride right alongside me, or right in front of me to offer support. So huge shout out to Carrie for staying with me all the way to the end at that point. That was awesome. I think the last half mile, not even, she let me just go. But yeah, that was cool. She pretty much offered support for me for 5 miles, so that was awesome. And then the critical point in the marathon, Mars, as my friend Dave likes to call it. Also, Carrie provided traffic control at intersections. That was very helpful. She couldn't believe I could talk at that point. I was still feeling pretty good. I found out, Yeah, by that point, I mean between the miles she was with me. She told me she was a triathlete and swimming was her strong suit. Yeah, the last few miles I was not talking, but yeah, like right when she was with me from like 19 to 21 or 2, I was chatting with her, and then my hamstring started to hurt and I'd locked in. I wasn't talking anymore. Yeah, 3 miles to go, my hammies cramped, and then Carrie offered me a bottle of Gatorade around mile 23. That was, again, super helpful. So yeah, MVP of this race, lead biker, Carrie, for sure. Helped carry me through. And then just overall, this marathon was a phenomenal day. I got the win and a big PR. It definitely feels nice to win a race, even if it's a small one. It was only 60 total finishers. This course overall was nice. Like I said, I like the soft granite stone. The weather was good for a marathon on this day. It was pretty ideal. 39 to 40 degrees and sunny. So yeah, it's just everything lined up on this day. Most of the course was shaded because the trail was in the woods. Yeah, like I said, soft surface was wonderful. Yeah, this is like the 3rd time I reiterated it. Yeah, it was pretty cool to run a trail marathon. And it helped too that there were some people that were not part of the race running or walking that could easily get around them, so that was good. And on-court support was good. Besides Carrie, I thought it was good overall. However, the second water station didn't have any cups out, but all the other ones did. I feel like it didn't make that much of a difference. Every other station did. And yeah, not all the stations did have volunteers handing them out, so I had to grab the cups. That was okay. At least they were all filled. I had an issue with that at a previous marathon. Yeah, there were volunteers at every aid station, but yeah, not all of them had cups. Like the second one didn't have cups out. I don't remember if I missed a cup at that second one or if they handed me one. I can't remember. I may have missed the cup. And then the last aid station, I did have to stop because there was a biker in my way, but that only cost me a few seconds. Not a huge deal there. So, and as for Jake, he finished 2:52 for second overall in this marathon. So that was Northwoods Escape. Successful day there. And I'm going to move to the second race of this discussion. That is the Discover Whitewater Half Marathon. Taking place in Whitewater, Wisconsin on Sunday, September 21st. This is my second year in a row running this race, second time overall, as I ran it last year. They did have to change the course to a retro course that they used in the 80s. It was a combo of 2 UW cross-country routes that I'm familiar with. So anybody watching that's on the team, you guys know Towers and Old Stone, that's what this route was. For anybody else, you guys have no idea what I'm talking about. But any Whitewater people, you're the real ones for knowing Towers and Old Stone. So this course started on Schwager Drive, which is right by the Williams Center, which is where the field house is, for those not familiar with Whitewater. Yeah, but right between the field house and the football stadium, Perkins Stadium. And speaking of Perkins Stadium, the course actually finished on inside the stadium on the field, so that was cool. Again, I ran another personal record in this race. I was not expecting it because the conditions were not ideal, and I'll get to that. I ran an hour, 15 minutes, and 25 seconds for 4th place overall. There were out of 161 total finishers. I won my age group. My average pace was 5:43 per mile, which is really quick. I was moving. My fastest split was 5:33 at mile 13, and then I closed hard, 5:18, the last 0.1 into Perkins. And the funny thing about this was I was not planning at all to race hard in this, as I was 3 weeks out from the Chicago Marathon, which I'll get to. My original plan was just to do this as a workout, but my racing instinct took over as I had guys to chase throughout. And then some more notes on this race. I saw my old coach, the current Whitewater coach, Coach Mills, in his car on mile 3. That was cool. It was pretty foggy the first 4 miles or so. I mean, it didn't bother me too much because the sun wasn't out, but that meant that it was going to get really humid once it lifted, because it was warm already on this day. And yeah, once the fog lifted, it got warm between miles 5 and 6, and it was like 90% humidity. So that's what I mean by not ideal conditions. So I had to push through that. Despite all that, the conditions, I ran the fastest half I had ever run. I think I gotta attribute that to not just my training and dragon brush at work. That definitely helped. Getting back to this race, I had 4 competitors to chase throughout. The top 3 were long gone by the first mile, so I was like, for a lot of the race, I was in the top, for the whole race I was in the top 10. So I was in like 8th place for a chunk of the race, and having those 4 guys in front of me, it helped me keep my eyes up on those guys. And psychologically, I knew I was going to slowly work up to them, because I could see them. Just having that really helped. And I picked those guys off one by one. I ended up catching the last 2 dudes after mile 11, and then it was zooms from there. Yeah, turned on the turbos at the end. Yeah, no, despite the foggy, warm, humid conditions, I felt really strong, because yeah, I was in good shape at this point. With my I was in peak marathon training. I turned on the jets around 11.5 to break those 2 guys. Yeah, as the splits say, I was motoring. Racing up the Wells and Cemetery hills, that was tough. I had to will myself up those hills. The finish coming into Perkins Stadium was really cool. It reminded me of this year's Marathon World Championships in Tokyo, and if you didn't see the finish for that, that was awesome. It was a photo finish. Very cool stuff. However, the Olympic races finished at the Olympic races finished at the track and field stadium in Tokyo, their Olympic stadium. Oh, and speaking of photo finishes, this is a bit off topic, but go check out the finish to the New York City Marathon. That was insane too. It was the closest finish in New York City Marathon history. So yeah, check out, aside from this video, go check out the finish of the World Championship Marathon in Tokyo this past summer, and then the finish of the New York City Marathon from a month ago. That was really cool. Getting back to this race, it sure was fun to not only compete, but I got pulled to a fast time with those competitors in front of me. And yeah, I finished 4th overall. Here are the top 3 finishers that finished in front of me. They were insanely quick. One of them was a former teammate as well. So first overall is the defending champ, John DeWitt, who again broke the course record. I mean, it's a new course, so yeah, he's got the course record in 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 51 seconds. John Lydell, or Little, I think it's Lydell, that's how you pronounce his name, was second. He finished in 1 hour, 9 minutes, and 35 seconds. And then my former teammate, David Fossbender, went out super hot and came back a bit, finishing in 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 13 seconds. So shout out to all of those guys for finishing top 3. Also, here's a cool nugget from this race that people were talking about and surprised me. Jenny Simpson and her husband Jason ran in this race, and if you guys don't know Jenny Simpson, she's a legend in the track and field scene, and she transitioned to the marathon, and now she's retired from she's been retired from professional track and field, and now she had a foray in the marathon, but now she's a retired runner. She ran in this race with her husband because they're running across America this year, I guess, and they oddly enough picked the Discover Whitewater Series half marathon as their Wisconsin race. So that's pretty cool that they chose little old Whitewater to race. I mean, I'd say it's a good choice despite the humid conditions that we had. As for Jenny's time and place, Jenny was 1 hour, 23 minutes, 55 seconds for 14th place overall, 3rd overall female. And then her husband, Jason, ran a really good time in 1 hour, 18 minutes, 42 seconds for 9th overall. So I beat both of them, so that's pretty cool. I beat a retired professional runner and her husband. So, yeah, for this race, not what I expected, was a pleasant surprise, would be my final thoughts on the Whitewater Half 2025. And then transitioning to my big race for the year that I had planned a year ago was the Bank of America Chicago Marathon, taking place, of course, in Chicago, Illinois, and it was on Sunday, October 12th. This was my second World Marathon major, my first being the Boston Marathon in April last year. And this race, again, another personal best. I had ran super well. 2 hours, 36 minutes, and 29 seconds. This was a massive 11-minute personal best for me. I surprised myself with how well I ran on that day. Everything went pretty much perfect in Chicago, which is a rarity. I mean, I've been close. The other races weren't exactly perfect, but they were really good this year. This one was as close to perfect as I could get in Chicago. My average pace here for this marathon was 5:53, sub 6 minute miles for a marathon. I didn't think I was there yet at this point in my running life, but I am. I proved I could do something that I didn't think I was capable of doing. So that's really cool. My fastest split was insane. I think because the early miles are a little off with all the buildings. 5:25 at mile 2. And then I'll flash up my splits here on the screen. Yeah, all fairly consistent splits. Those are around 18 minutes for most of them. Per 5K. Then just to be running like 10 miles an hour for an entire marathon, that's pretty wild. To run that fast for 26 miles, that's what I did. And I knew I was gonna have a huge personal best when I had a 2:08:35K. Like at that point, I'm like, I'm gonna be under 250, is what I thought, and I didn't realize I was gonna be under 240 till I was nearing the end. So that was really cool. Just way faster than I thought. As for my overall placing, I was 465 out of a record 54,351 people who completed the Chicago Marathon. That was a new attendance record, surpassing the 2024 record of 52,150 people. So that was wild. It's a record-setting race in more ways than one, for sure. I was the 441st male and 133rd in my age group, which is 25 to 29. Yeah, I was super happy with this race. How could I not be? It was an amazing experience. Crowds were absolutely electric. They kept me going. Yeah, there was no quiet points hardly at all in this course. That's a difference in Boston for sure, because there were some of those some of the spots between the towns were quieter. But yeah, I think the crowds were definitely more electric in Chicago than Boston. So that I liked. Didn't bother me at all. This course was really fast, as evidenced by my time and by the times that were thrown down in this race. The weather was beautiful, sunny, minimal wind. According to my Garmin Connect stats from my watch, it was 52 degrees and sunny at the start. I already said that it was sunny. 50 degrees at the start and 5-mile-an-hour wind, so the wind was negligible in this race. I'm happy to say I was in the same race as Connor Mance's American record, 2:04:43. What a blazing time! Connor finished 4th overall in the race. At the start, there was guys that were saying they were aiming for 2:30 and even 2:20 marathons. So at that point, I knew it was going to be a quick race. Well, between that and the conditions were optimal for marathon running. Before the race, there was people jogging around the starting corral to warm up. I decided I was going to jog around for 10 minutes to warm up. I got a mile in, a nice slow mile warm up in, just running around counterclockwise in the start corral. That was interesting. And then throughout the race, I was waffling between the same group of about 4 men. They and I passed each other several times, at least 3 times. So that was pretty fun. Like, I saw them, then they would pass me, or I'd pass them, and then I'd see them again. I was like, oh, there's the same group of guys again. That was pretty fun. I saw the coach and the coach's wife, Jack and Julie. Barn Racing Team, the team that I'm on, around the half marathon mark. They cheered for me, and again I saw both of them again coming back on Michigan Avenue. They took some video footage of me, so I could play that at the end of the. Excuse me. I'll either play that in the intro or in the outro of the pod. I think probably the intro would be fitting to play that. That'd be cool. Or I played one of the clips at the beginning and one at the end. I could do that. Yeah, also, the coach's wife, Julie, her daughter saw me, and I didn't realize it until after she told me when we met up in Grant Park after the race. So that was pretty cool that I was spotted by somebody related to the team that I'm on. I also saw my former roommate and teammate Matthias's parents and his brother Shane before the half in the race. That was cool. Also, Matthias was in the race too. He ran 3 hours and like 16 minutes or something. I don't remember your time. Sorry, Matthias, but yeah, good. He had a good day, I'd say, for his standards. He wasn't trying to do anything crazy because he had been injured a month or two before the race. So yeah, it was cool. It was cool to see them and also see Matthias at the expo the day before. I did end up spending like at least three hours at the expo. I spent a while there. Picked up my bib and checked out all the things they had there. I don't just call them exhibits, but they're like the stands where they have different products and stuff. I did some shopping, got a hat, some socks. That was pretty fun. And then I met Matthias and his parents there, so that was neat. And his brother Shane was also there, so got to say hi to them and visit a little bit. I had some pizza at the expo too. Talked to some Japanese ladies who were promoting the Osaka Marathon. So yeah, overall that was a good time as well. And between the expo and the marathon, and just the weekend as a whole, was a really good time. Helped too that I had a nice pasta dinner before at the hotel restaurant. My parents and I were visiting with the waitress. So yeah, that was overall a really good weekend, and it was capped off by the Brewers winning playoff series against the Cubs. That made the weekend better too. So yeah, overall this Chicago Marathon was an experience of a lifetime. I really enjoyed it. And that is going to wrap it up for this episode of the Good Schmidt podcast. Definitely I've got some races to look forward to tonight. On the day I'm recording this, Saturday, December 27th, I'll be competing in the Grindfest Progression Run at the Pettit. I start at a specific pace, so I'll be starting at 6:10 per mile, and the pace gets faster every 3 laps. So I'll be doing that with like 100 other people from Wisconsin area, or just most people there from Wisconsin, like high school and college runners, current and former runners. So that'll be fun. Did that last year. And then also I've got to look forward to in February Gasparilla again, which was my last podcast. I was talking about that. So definitely in tonight and in the not too distant future, I'll have competitions to look forward to. So yeah, hopefully y'all enjoyed this episode. Once again, my name is Nick, and I'm signing out.